guys ready for the show?
Yeah.
How do you like Jeffersonville?
Love it. It's the best city in the world.
Hey everyone, History Mystery Man with you again, back on the Ohio River, today coming to you from the beautiful little town of Jeffersonville, Indiana. Now, Jeffersonville was founded way back in 1802 and the only town in America designed by our third president, Thomas Jefferson. William Henry Harrison, the Indiana territorial governor of the time, named the town after Jefferson. But there's so much to see and do here. A really historic downtown district, one that's been revitalized in large part in thanks to an old anchor, a candy store that's been here since 1891. They have free summer concerts and big screen movies on the weekends all summer long down on the river stage. There's a fire engine museum here. There's that and so much more. You got to see this place. It's absolutely fascinating. So let's not waste any more time. Let's jump right into Jeffersonville. Welcome aboard. Yeah, you better look me up because I came all the way from Toledo, Ohio to look you up. So, I mean, what's the name of your business here?
Sugar Maples Antiques and Gifts.
Oh, how's it going for you here?
It's going pretty good. We just celebrated our 12th year.
Oh, that's
a few
wonderful.
months ago. Yeah.
You get over that 10-year hump and you know you're going places.
Yeah.
Are you from Jeffersonville?
I'm from this area all my life. Yeah.
How do you like Jeffersonville?
Well, love it. Love the downtown. It's going great, and each booth in here is a different dealer. It's kind of like a little antique mall.
Yeah, I love your store.
Thanks.
Love antiques. I'm just going to cruise around a little bit if you don't mind. Thank you so much.
Ahead. We're glad to have you.
I'm glad to be here.
Now, tell me History Mystery Man.
History Mystery Man on Facebook. I'm on YouTube now too, but not many people know it. I'm trying to beef that up too.
It's a neat building, I'll tell you.
It really is. The old tin ceilings.
Uh-huh.
You know this building reaches back into the 1800s and probably at one time a bank, because here's the old vault. The old vault.
It was the A&P Company building too. The A&P stores, do you remember
A&P, I
those?
remember A&P. This was, what does this have to do with A&P?
It was that they were here.
A&P
The
grocery?
business. We don't know if it was a grocery store or their office building or what it was for sure. Yeah. So I think there's still a few around in the South. So.
Well, when you're from Toledo and you're right on the edge of the Ohio River, this is the South to me. This is as South as you can get.
And I sound as Southern as you can get too.
Yeah, that's part of the charm of Jeffersonville.
Yeah, well,
thank you.
Well, thank you. Have a good day.
Welcome to O'Shea's. Very historical building. That's what it used to look like. It's now an Irish pub. So cool. I'm about to eat me a Patrick burger, and I'm looking forward to it. No, I want you in the shot. You kidding? Hey, are you from Jeffersonville?
I'm from Louisville, actually.
Louisville.
Yeah.
What do you think of Jeffersonville?
I love it here.
I
That's
hear
why I
that.
work here.
You live here now.
Yes.
I hear that from everybody.
That's good to know.
This is really. One of the main attractions in Jeffersonville is unquestionably Schimpf's Confectionery. They make candy here, and they've been doing it at this location, 347 Spring Street, since 1891. The Schimpf's candy making business predates the Civil War. They were first in Louisville across the river in the 1850s. This store has survived wars, floods, recessions, depressions through 4 generations. It's a fascinating story. It's a great little store, and I can't wait to check it out. To the old hardwood floors. You know this one goes back to the beginning. coolest candy store I've ever been in, period. I could spend all day here. This is where they make hard candies. The old dies on the wall, candy dies. Sugar all spread out and ready to go. I'm gonna call it world famous Shimp's Confectionery here in Jeffersonville, Indiana. I understand you're the owner?
I'm the owner, fourth generation.
Fourth generation?
Yep.
I saw original building goes back to 1891 next door.
1891, the family's been in that building since then. I think we're the oldest family-owned candy business in the country, still in its original location. If not, we're one of the few.
That is absolutely fascinating. I'm gonna assume the Shimps are from Jeffersonville?
How do you mean by how?
Well, are you from the area?
Well, I live upstairs, if that's
Okay,
what you mean.
that's pretty close. That's close enough for me. That's downtown Jeffersonville. That's
The
really
family has always lived upstairs, so
really in that same location from 1891 on.
that's correct. And over on the other side, we have a copy of the original lease.
That is absolutely fascinating. Is that lease on the wall somewhere that I can look
Lease is
at?
on the wall at $300 a year.
Oh my gosh. Is it hard to make a living in the candy business in small town America these days?
It's not easy, but
No.
it's a challenge, but it's a nice challenge. So,
What do you, is there something here you're most famous for?
cinnamon red hots,
Cinnamon Red Hots.
and we make other hard candies, and we're famous for our hard candies.
And I know you have like an old fashioned ice cream bar too.
We do have a soda fountain. We've had a soda fountain here since the early days. We've served ice cream since the teens. We've had a soda fountain next door since 1921.
This is an absolutely fascinating hometown story, unique to Jeffersonville. It really is. Warren, thank you so much, Warren Shimp, for taking the time to speak with me today. By the way, this hot kettle thingy back here, what is that?
We're cooking hard candy.
You're cooking hard candy in
and
there.
that's going to be lemon drops. Which
Lemon
we'll
drops.
Be doing here in about 20 minutes. So
Oh.
you're welcome to stick around and see that. In the back, we also have a museum of candy memorabilia. As you see on the wall behind me, it's a collection of antique candy making equipment. That's the largest antique candy equipment display you'll see on public display in the United States.
And where is that?
Right behind me.
Right behind me. Okay.
All
I
the
see it up
die-
on the wall.
All the dies and the machines
I
you
see.
see behind me on the wall
Yeah.
are things we personally collected. A few of them were part of the business in 1891, but the majority of what you see there is a collection to document the history of the U.S. candy industry. And in the back room back there, we have all kinds of memorabilia, tins and tubs and crates and barrels and cardboard boxes, all related to the history of the U.S. candy industry. We say it's the history of the U.S. candy industry is told by its packaging and advertising. You see it up all around the building. We have displays of antique candy things, and those are things we've collected, not just stuff that came through the business.
And this museum you speak of in the back, that's something I can visit today?
Oh yeah, it's right down
Okay,
the hall.
I got you. I'll definitely go check that out. This is so cool, a homegrown story, unique in particular to Jeffersonville that goes back to 1891. It's just fascinating. Warren, thank you so much for speaking with me today, and I'll be leaving with some lemon drops. When will those be ready?
They'll at 11 o'clock.
About 11 o'clock on the
We
lemon
help to
drop.
pour them.
Gotcha. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Best lemon drop I've ever had in my life. They even look like lemons. What's it like being in the candy business, fourth generation, all these years?
Sweet.
That's a great answer.
It's been fun. We say that a lot of preservation-minded people, but we were able to step up to the plate and keep an old family business going. So we've had a lot of fun doing it, and I think it's been a big boost to the town as well.
Oh, no doubt about that. Now, you mentioned earlier the History Channel and someone else that profiled your store?
Well, the Food Network was here also, but the program that they developed, which was really very good, went off the Food Network almost immediately after we were on, so that wasn't shown very often. But the Food Network History Channel has been shown many, many times.
Well, being that the business goes back to 1891 here at this location, are there any recipes that endured over the decades that you still work with from the very beginning?
We're still using the original hard candy recipe, which is very, very simple. Corn syrup, sugar, water, coloring, flavoring. That's about it.
Mm-hmm. And
With the right cinnamon.
how do you like Jeffersonville?
Oh, Jeffersonville is a lot of fun. It's right on the Ohio River, and in the last couple of years, we've developed I shouldn't say we, but the town and Louisville, which is directly across the Ohio River, put together a pedestrian bridge from the old Big Four railway bridge that was there but not in use any longer. So now with this pedestrian bridge, bicycling bridge, it's brought a lot of new customers to the downtown area of Jeffersonville.
Yeah, this is a historic, charming small town, I would call it. How do you see it?
It is charming, and what makes it so charming is that it's right across from a metropolitan area, and so people walk over and see the tree-lined streets and the little shops, and they can go right back to their urban area, but they can stay and have a nice day in Jeffersonville at the same time.
Great. Thanks, Jill, for talking with me today, and
Okay.
best of luck with Schimpf's Confectionery, and thanks for keeping it.
Okay.
Fourth generation, same location since 1891.
Thanks
so cool.
for visiting us.
Thank you. How do you like Jeffersonville so far?
Oh, I like it. I'm
Isn't it a
history
cute little
buff.
town?
Oh yeah, this is a neat place.
Isn't it cool?
Yeah.
So cool.
So
Thanks for
bubble
chatting
gushy.
with me today.
Okay,
Have a great
then.
day.
You too. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
So when you get yours, come in this room so they can get out. I see your hand. Yeah, walk that way. So here, go in there with Mel. Go in there with Mel.
Being right on the Ohio River, they are prone to flooding in the area. Not so much anymore. They've got a pretty good handle on it these days, but these markings on the wall, flood of February 16, 1883. You can see how high the water was, 1884. Wow. Kind of back-to-back floods there. And the famous flood of 1937. You got to go way up to the top of the second level. See those red marks? That's how high the water was here, and that is the second level here in 1937. Hey, just a few final thoughts on Schimpf's Candies. I was speaking with a fifth-generation family member who was telling me about Warren Schimpf, who bought the business from the family estate in the 1990s. He could have moved the company anywhere. He decided to keep it here to help revitalize downtown Jeffersonville. Back then, this wasn't the nicest place to be. It certainly is now. It's still going through a revitalization process that continues today, but they're certainly headed in the right direction, in large part due to the family business that chose to stay in downtown Jeffersonville. This candy store, a candy store, has been at the heartbeat, the centerpiece, the cornerstone of this town for more than a century. They were the heartbeat then, and they're the heartbeat now. A candy store, and a great story, part of the historic lore of Jeffersonville, Indiana. You're saying this little fire, what do we call this thing?
It is called a hand tub.
A hand tub?
It's called a hand tub. It was made in London, England, and it emerged out of the bucket brigades after the London fire of 1666.
Wow.
They knew they had to do something. There were 130 churches that burned. It would be as if on this side of the river, New Albany, Clarksville, and Jeffersonville all burned to the ground. I mean, it was just devastating for London. So they started building these little, called hand tubs, hand pumpers, two strong men pumping on either side. Here's the pump. You still had to have the buckets to keep this filled, but it will pump. All of these hand pumpers are so simple. to operate, they all work.
So
It's
how old is this hand pumper we're looking at?
1756.
1756.
56. Yep.
Now that's
Yep.
it's,
And it was
it's a 56 model.
Yeah, yeah.
1756.
It was built by John Crest,
Oh,
and his insignia is actually hand etched in the axle underneath the wood here.
how interesting. And the name of the museum here is
The Vintage Fire Museum.
here in
And Safety
Jeffersonville,
Education Center.
Indiana.
Yeah.
This is a beautiful, fascinating museum,
Yes.
and it's great and great for Jeffersonville. Are you from Jeffersonville?
No, I live in New Albany.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So how do you like Jeffersonville?
Well, it's wonderful, and it's really coming along as far as developing its old part of the city and its history, and giving support to places, collections like us. And right across the street over here, in the red building, is the Clark County Museum too.
So it's interior design, and I know that one of the buildings you're in goes back, we think, the 1860s, which is really cool. Are you from Jeffersonville?
Yes, we live in downtown Jeffersonville.
Okay. How do you like Jeffersonville?
I love Jeffersonville.
I love hearing that
Yes,
from the locals.
yes.
It's really a charming community, revitalized, and I've been here just a couple days, and I want to move in. You know? So yeah, it's so cool. How long you been in business down here?
Let's see. On Spring Street, this is our 5th building that we've owned, and so we've purchased and repurposed and made each place a better place each time we've purchased and sold. But so that's been more than 20 years.
Wow.
So.
Jeffersonville?
I think they're doing a great job.
I think so too. It's a beautiful little town, isn't it?
It absolutely is.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, you think so too, huh?
Yes, we've been going to the concerts since late last year, and this is our first movie experience.
Oh, cool. We'll see you at the big show. Thanks, gang.
Thank you.
What do you think of the revitalization of Jeffersonville?
I think it's awesome. There's so much going on. It's bringing people from Louisville, from all over southern Indiana. They're all coming down, enjoying the events on the river and the new restaurants and Big Four Park and everything that's going on in Jeff.
She left with his
Thank you.
greatest things about Jeffersonville, Indiana is its easy access from Kentucky. In fact, you can walk right across the Ohio River on this bridge behind me. It used to be an old railroad bridge. It's now a walking path, or you can bicycle across. Either way is good. It's open morning, noon, and night from Louisville on into Jeffersonville. And since I'm such a history geek, I always try to pull in a little history. And what comes to mind, to me anyway, when I cross this bridge, I go back to the Civil War era. My favorite president, Abraham Lincoln, when had the Union not held, and it almost dissolved, it was very, very close to not being a whole country. Had the Union not held and had Lincoln not prevailed during those Civil War years, you may have needed a passport to cross this bridge into Kentucky, because it more than likely would have been a foreign country. Something to think about. Kudos to the good people of Jeffersonville, Indiana, the politicians, the business leaders, the local hardworking residents who pulled together to make this small town absolutely spectacular. Very nice work. We could all take a few cues from small town Jeffersonville, Indiana. I'll be back. Such a great place. For the History Mystery Man, I'm Don Radeball. We'll see you in the next Small Town America. Gotta go. Time for the movie to start down at River Stage. Feature presentation tonight, Coco.
Miguel.
Know that I'm with you the only way that I can be.